Well, here we are again after a bit of a hiatus, but life takes you on journeys, and that's just how that goes, all right? But it's all well and good. Anyways, I am back. I am Iron Raven, and I figured I'd go ahead, and you may hear a bird in the background. He just loves just chirping away at times, just losing his little mind. But anyway, yes, I figured I'd go ahead and do a little bit of a showcase video, if you will. This is just a brief introduction here because, of course, as you may or may not know, Eric July had recently launched ISOM number 2. That is right. So what has it been about 2 weeks now, I think, for day one fulfillments, if I'm not mistaken. And so, yeah, just down there over in Texas, just working, just getting those orders out to people. And just as a disclaimer, I mean, I guess like where I stand with Eric July is like, yeah, I stand by a lot of what he says. Does that mean I have to sit there and be overly just championing his ideals and what he's doing? Does that mean I have to sit there and be like, oh, Eric July, yeah, man, just rocking the shit, do it? It's like I'm not even that type of person. All right, if I show you support, I show you support, but I'm not like overly enthusiastic in certain ways. I'm not overly dramatic and be like, oh, what are you making here? Like, what is this crap comic that you're doing? How dare you, you son of a bitch? I mean, like what is that? What is that anyway? The people who just act that way about it. Even if I didn't give a damn about Eric July or his comic book, I don't need to spend my time unless something is downright just heinous. Then I'm just gonna just let be. What do I need to bother with that for? The guy is just committed to his craft. He's just committed to doing something. I mean, what he has done, that takes a lot of work, no matter how you slice it. I mean, considering that, yeah, with it's not even really technically, yeah, a crowdfund because he bought and paid for all the work before it's even before it's even been bought by the customer. We were pre-ordering it and then just waiting about a few weeks, about a month, and then that's it. They're out the door. I mean, he's gotten the warehouse, he's gotten the product, he's gotten the employees, he's gotten the artists, the creatives. I mean, that takes a lot of work, no matter who you are. That is a lot, and so he is to be commended for that. And so for anybody who is committed to having the ambition to launch an entire comic universe, for anybody that's amazing to do. All right, and despite how I may or may not feel about the first book, as long as it's like within about a 6 range, as long as I feel like, unless there's like major red flags, unless there's something that's just downright like like I'm like, what the is this? What is this? Then then I say, hey, if I see potential, if I see something that's like, oh, hey, I think I could get into this sort of thing, and then 2 or 3 comics in, if I feel like you're just kind of keeping that steady level, if you're just going up a bit, then I mean that's all you need for Eric or anybody who has far less resources than that. Whatever material that you're trying to do, if there's something there, then there could be something there, and just keep on going. To sit there and say that it's the greatest thing ever is a bit much. To say it's anything way less than that is also a bit much. Let's be real here. I mean, for me, as far as my concern, I'm going to go into this a little bit of a longer introduction than what I planned. But yeah, I felt like it was a solid book. I can see what he's trying to do. I definitely do, and I do like what I'm seeing, and I feel like there's definitely so much room there for so much ambition, especially knowing that he's getting people like a Chuck Dixon, like a Saska Sisters, so you can get a different flavor for each character and each of their stories going along. So yeah, like he said, you don't have to love ISOM. Hell, like to the Saska sisters, they could blow it out of the park and be like, "Holy shit, this is one of the best modern day books I've ever." I mean, that could easily be the case. We don't really know for sure, but that's a good thing. It's nice to have that variety. You can get a different flavor, and that's something to behold. And so for what he's doing there, I appreciate that. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to still support him and what he's doing because there's no reason not to. I mean, I've enjoyed what I've gotten so far. ISOM 2, I would say definitely swings for the fences. Absolutely so. It, I mean, I knew when I saw those beasts that he had for Ethan Van Sciver's cover, then I was like, okay, that's that's a bit of a far cry from what I know I got from that first one. I was like, okay, I'm going to be curious to see how these things tie in, and I would say for sure it's definitely a step up from the first book. Absolutely, and there's still again so much potential there, but we'll have to wait and see where things go. Anyway, enough of my babbling. Let's get into showcasing a couple of the items that I gotten from this last campaign. Okay, now I'm not gonna show every single thing. It came with a poster, a couple of shirts, one featuring ISOM a Catch Street shirt and a Bloodruth shirt. But I will show you the snapback hat with the ISOM logo. The previous campaign they had added with just the Rippaverse logo, and of course this nifty little bookmark that they have thrown in. Nice little touch. But I mainly wanted to showcase the graded copies. I do have, of course, 3 other copies of these ones here for reading purposes because, well, because you'll see pretty well here the front and the back of the books, because these are the main ones right here for collecting purposes. Now, of course, this is a short box. This is meant for graded copy books. Of course, bigger, meant to fit these in here. I do have some other graded comics. The only other ones I really have are Tomb of Dracula for my own collection. But I would like to have a box just meant for each specific series of books here. But these ones I went ahead and put in here now. And so let's take a look at the first one. This is cover A right here. Very much a throwback cover for sure. When I saw that, I thought that was pretty interesting. So as you can see, classic, number 2, the year and all that stuff. Rippaverse Code of Epics, that little stamp right there. Find out, why did ISOM quit? Yes, of course, you will find that in there. So yeah, again, nice throwback. It's very cool artwork here, featuring the first appearance of Sidney Bloodruth, Goodying, I believe, Chadron, Eric July, Cliff Richards, Gabe El Taib, and of course the Eric July signature. 9.8. And the funny thing about these grades for comic books is, what I've learned is that when it comes to getting a 10, why some may wonder is that why isn't it a 10? It's fresh off the press. What the hell is that all about? A 9.8 is essentially that. If you get a 10, that's basically an anomaly. Like, you could probably just have a speck of dust sitting on top of the book that you could just wipe off, and that would prevent it from getting a 10. I mean, just to be real, I feel like any 9.8 could be a 10, but that's just the way that's just the way that the system is. I guess you just can't have too many perfect 10s out there. But yeah, that's just how that goes. But yeah, a 9.8 is essentially a perfect copy. CGC Signature Series, ISOM 2, Rippaverse Comics 2023. Signed, of course, you have the date right there, 6/14. First appearance of Sidney Bloodruth and Chadron, campaign exclusive. And we'll take a look at the back of it. And of course, you get the nice little it's just talking about some of the stuff that happened in the previous book, and what we can expect from this one. So you can see a little image of course, my dumbass quit out my camera as I was showing that. But anyway, I was done showing that one anyway. Yeah, all the backs are the same. So move on to cover B, the EVS cover, Ethan Van Sciver. Again, 9.8. Definitely a popular cover once it was revealed. I would say for obvious reasons. Please don't demonetize me, YouTube. Oh wait, I'm not monetized, so I don't give a shit. And of course, the Eric July signature, gold ink there. Now I knew when I saw these things on this cover that we were in for a good little change of pace from the first book. Now I know with the first book, we had the idea of Dokumain with the cards, especially so if you had gotten those from the previous campaign or saw what those were about. Nice little lenticular cards with character bios and such, but it's meant to play into this Dokumain character, this mysterious figure. And with the first book, I know we've gotten, as with many a superhero universes, it's a lot of times the blend of scientific and mythical, Nordic type of stuff, like with Norfolka. So we have a sense of, obviously a larger universe, and we definitely expand on that a bit more, especially with the Bloodroot character. I'll let you read on to that for yourself. But I knew when I saw these things, I was like, really? Okay, well, we'll definitely see what you have in mind here, Eric. Bring it on. And it was definitely very interesting stuff as far as these creatures go. And of course, again, same. All the same there. Now on to the third. All right, variant cover C, the not so final cover, because there is the cover D that's set to arrive, meant to be the mass print cover. So this is not the final cover. And this is the limited to 5,000 foil cover. So this in particular is a very special cover. 9.8. See, signed on July, or by Eric July on May 23rd. So we assigned these sooner than the previous ones. Gold signature there. So yes, very well done cover, very much so. It's always cool the kind of 3D artwork when you have the characters kind of going over the logo. When you see it like that, it's always a neat little touch. And of course, same back, so white pages. All right, so there you have it. All 3 campaign graded copies, all sold out as far as I'm aware. So you can see them all together. 9.8s across the board. There you go. So yeah, that'll pretty much do it. I just wanted to showcase these for anyone who was curious about seeing them a bit more close up, and just kind of give you my general thoughts on everything. But yeah, these are some very nice copies to have. Again, what will they be worth in the future? Only time will tell that. I mean, again, it's all about what works for you, what you like. I mean, either way, these are pretty cool to have. I mean, this is only just the beginning, so we shall see. I mean, what will the Rippaverse be in 10 years? Again, only time will tell that. And so it's just all about just going along for the ride. That's how I see it. So, but yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Just wanted to show you off what you'd be getting here if you wanted a closer look. So there you have it. I am Iron Raven, and I am out. Thank you, Rippaverse.